Larry Blundred, how are you today, sir?
Doing great.
You've led teams in business, retired as a financial advisor, navigated personal loss, and now you're mentoring leaders in adaptive sports and building something amazing with Ollie Otter Adventures, using pickleball to tell stories. And you support organizations through that and so much more. When you look at all those chapters together, what do you think connects them?
I think what connects them is my passion for encouragement,
Mm,
to make that something that is a part of me.
yeah,
It's definitely a part of Ollie Otter
yeah,
Adventures,
mm-hmm,
and to extend that to my legacy.
yeah,
So that the connecting piece is encouragement. To be an encourager, which is actually my word for the year.
encourager.
To an
Okay.
encourager, I believe in having a word for the year, and then perhaps a life word, which is for me legacy.
Mm,
So the connecting dot is the word encourager.
interesting. Legacy as well. And that's when did you think of the legacy word?
About 6 months ago,
Okay.
maybe a little longer.
Okay.
Mike Duffy, who heads up our men's group at Crossroads Church West Side,
Mm-hmm.
one of the members in our group, died suddenly. Roger Jude, great guy. Been working out in the backyard and doing stuff. He sat down and died. Had a
Wow.
heart attack.
Wow.
And we celebrated and saluted his memory
Mm,
with a picture in our men's group, and we just gathered.
mm,
And Mike asked a very foundational, I believe, for me, question. He said, if that was you instead of Roger,
mm-hmm,
what would be something you would be remembered for?
mm,
Ergo, legacy.
yeah.
Legacy is a word you use. A lot of us use that word.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
We just gloss over it.
Yeah.
So it really caused me to dig deep into my soul a little bit as, what do I want to be remembered for?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not to point fingers in a positive way to myself or to raise myself up, but what really matters, is it accomplishments
Mm-hmm.
or is it relationships?
Mm,
And I think I've really come to the grips that it needs to be relationships,
mm,
and that is connected to encouragement.
mm. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like accomplishments and relationships could go hand in hand, right?
Right.
Like like there's there's a huge upside to accomplishing a lot because the impact of people's lives that you could have,
Right.
right?
There's nothing to discount
Right.
accomplishments.
Yeah.
I mean, look what you're doing right now
Yeah.
with this podcast, with your vision, the
Mhm.
way you help young people
Mhm.
with adaptive challenges.
Mhm.
Those are amazing accomplishments,
Mhm.
but there's a core reason
Mhm.
you're doing that.
Yeah.
And so the relationships that you're establishing,
Mhm.
I believe, will be more remembered
Yeah.
by those lives you've impacted,
Mhm.
as well as those people that have observed you
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So I don't discount, because there's an activity,
Yeah.
there's a task
Right.
linked to your legacy,
Mhm.
and it is an accomplishment, but it's more the relationships, I think, that you've formed
Yeah,
and are forming
for sure.
that would be remembered, if God takes you home, takes me home tomorrow.
Mhm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've definitely built some super strong relationships along the way. You're one
Right.
of those people that
As are you.
I'm forging that relationship with. So, yeah, it's interesting. As we're in the new year, just a random quick thought. Um, one of the things, and I feel like this is a tiny bit of legacy, is if 2026 ended, what would you be disappointed that you didn't do or didn't have done or accomplish or what have you?
Are you asking yourself this, or you're asking
Well,
me this?
I that's just a hypothetical question.
It's a very valid question.
Yeah.
It's a very valid question for anybody.
Mhm.
Now, does that mean we ask ourselves
Yeah.
that question?
Mhm.
We don't do it maybe when we're in our 20s or 30s,
Right.
because A, it's kind of morbid,
Yeah.
and B, you realize unless something catastrophic happens,
Mm-hmm.
you have the majority of your life. You've got 3/4 of your life left.
Right. Right.
But for me,
Yeah.
I'm in the 4th quarter of my life.
Yeah.
And I shared that with some friends in a group I'm in with John Gordon, who's a very famous inspirational speaker, leader.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a very positive man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest guy in the room, and we're talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I shared that, and he said, well, Larry, all games are won in the 4th quarter.
Mm.
In other words, look forward to the 4th quarter
Yeah.
and what I can accomplish
Yeah.
in the 4th quarter, not, in a morbid manner,
Mm-hmm.
but what things do I really want to finish
Mm-hmm.
that I've started?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I want to keep going on? And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, everybody, welcome to the Rolling Forward podcast. It's a podcast of people who keep rolling forward no matter what life throws at them. Real stories, real purpose, real stories, real people, powered by purpose, resilience, and a drive that never ends. I'm Zach Sikora. Spina bifida didn't stop me. It just gave me a better excuse to sit down while I take over the world. Today's funny t-shirt is Rolling Forward Podcast logo. You can pick one of these up at rollingforward.printful.me. The logo itself to me is not funny, but the reason I picked it is because there's some sort of irony of a superhero being in a wheelchair. I guess Professor X is in a wheelchair, but that's the only one I can think of, right?
It's a very positive message.
Yeah. So anyway, you can pick this up again, rollingforward.printful.me. Now let's go ahead and roll into today's episode. Okay, so Larry, we talked pretty deep there in the beginning. Let's do a little bit of lighthearted.
Sure.
So give us a 10,000 foot overview of who you are.
I love to have fun.
Yeah.
I love to smile. I love to interact with guys.
Mm.
I love to play pickleball.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah, I mean, pickleball is just such an engaging sport. By that I mean it brings people together.
Yeah.
It's not a sport where you just play and walk away.
Yeah.
Because you end up, just by the very nature of the sport,
Mm-hmm.
with camaraderie.
Mm-hmm. You do.
And I've had so many good relationships and good things happen
Mm-hmm.
in my life as a result of pickleball.
Yeah.
Probably the most foundational, fundamentally positive, was when my brother-in-law now,
Mm-hmm.
whom I played with at Bicentennial Park, approached me, knowing that I had lost my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and said, have you considered wanting to date again?
Mm.
And I said, probably not,
Yeah.
but let me think about it.
Right.
I didn't know at the same time that his wife, my current wife's sister, had approached my current wife with the same question.
Oh.
And we both had kind of the same, let me think about it.
Yeah.
Well, we got married.
Oh.
But it would not have been for two things: playing pickleball,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe the discernment that John Caracciolo,
Mm-hmm.
my now brother-in-law, had and we had played for a year and a half or two and just hung out, talked,
Mm-hmm.
had beers together, just real. He got to know me.
Yeah.
I got to know him.
Yeah.
And a friendship evolved from
Yeah.
that. And that's what pickleball can do
Mm.
if you give it that space
Yeah.
to engage with others.
Mm.
And it's the only sport I've played, honestly. And I played tennis
Yeah.
and racquetball, and there was some with racquetball.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something unique about pickleball that doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, when you said that, it made me think of the smaller court, and it's so much easier to talk with somebody than on a big tennis court.
Right.
And even your doubles partner, you can talk a lot more with your doubles partner even than in tennis.
Well, I watched you up at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And you know who you played with. Tell them.
Yeah, Cincinnati Open.
Cincinnati Open. Do they know who you played with?
I don't know. I posted it on.
Now you need to tell them.
Okay, so Anna Bright was the person that we were against. And then it was Ben Johns.
Yeah.
Ben Johns? Is that how you pronounce it? Say his last name?
Right.
So I've not been in the pickleball world very much, especially, and I don't even follow professional tennis.
Right.
And so when I met these people, I didn't know necessarily who they were. And I think that was a blessing in disguise, because if I would have known who they were and been following them on social media or
Right.
whatever, I think I would have been pretty nervous to play. But I wasn't nervous even with the crowd or anything
No,
like that. It
you
was
were
fun.
great. And by the way, he won.
No, we
Oh,
lost.
you did lose. That's
We
right.
lost like
Yeah, I won. You went into overtime.
yeah,
It
it
was
was like
13.
12-10 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. But anyway, what I observed on the court with you guys
Mhm.
was you were having fun with
Yeah,
each other.
we were having a
You
blast.
congratulating each
Yeah,
other,
yeah,
making little jokes
yeah,
along the way, smiling at each other. Now, does that happen in tennis?
yeah. No, I mean it.
I
It,
mean,
it does, but
but not in the same way.
yeah, sure.
And
Yeah,
so that's unique,
yeah.
I found.
It was an instant. It was an instant chemistry that I had with them. So
Exactly. And that
it was
you're
cool.
so close together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not life or death.
Yeah,
There's not $100,000 on the line.
yeah.
There's just a chance to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep that mindset of having fun,
Yeah,
then you can have fun while you're playing.
yeah. Okay, well, with that, explain how we know each other. Well, wait, hold on. Did you answer your 10,000-foot overview? You kind of, I think you mentioned pickleball, and then you got into
My 10,000-foot overview relates to the word legacy.
okay.
Refresh me with that question in
So
terms of if I look down at my life.
just give us like a big
Oh.
overview of kind of who you are. So you mentioned Ollie Otter Adventures. I mentioned that you were a financial analyst,
Right.
and
I mean, the $10,000 whatever view
foot overview. Yeah,
overview is rather complicated
yeah,
and has a lot of puzzle parts to it.
yeah.
I started out in broadcast journalism.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be a sports writer or a sports journalist, and I ended my career as a financial advisor.
Yeah.
And then started writing serious books associated with resiliency and thriving,
Mm-hmm.
all linked to my wife's condition and ultimate passing of a brain tumor.
Yep.
And then I started writing children's book
Mm-hmm.
on pickleball.
It's right here.
So, the overview is there's a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I like it.
if there were anything I would classify as I've been willing to take chances and risk and not being stuck
Yeah.
in a certain mindset that, well, this is who I am. I'm a marketing guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to do the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I've always liked marketing.
Yeah.
I market the books,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But it would be that I've been flexible.
Mm-hmm.
If I've sensed a leading or a prodding or a nudge to change, to take a little chance. I made a career change from being in marketing and sales,
Yeah.
very successful,
Mm-hmm.
to becoming a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started writing the children's books, especially my kids,
Mm-hmm.
thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
Children's books, I've written serious stuff and marketing plans and business plans.
Yeah.
How am I ever going to write a children's? Well, guess what? You told me I can't.
Yeah.
My mindset is I'm going to.
Right. Right.
And I've had 2 of those books, thanks to my illustrator and everything else, win 2 awards
Nice.
for content, design, theme, and illustration. So
Yeah.
I never intended,
Yeah.
that wasn't the mission, is to win awards.
Mm-hmm.
It was to have fun writing a book about children's,
Yeah.
children regarding pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just be flexible in life, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got to lose?
Right.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
I like it.
Nobody reads it, nobody cares, and move on to something else.
Yeah.
So that would be it.
I like it. That's awesome. Okay, now explain how we know each other.
I met you through a event down at Sawyer Point, if I recall correctly,
Okay.
where you were helping and leading kids play pickleball. And I met you that way. Now, that's my recollection of the very first time. There may have been something at 5 Seasons where we also met, or maybe it was, related or contiguous or about the same time.
Yeah.
But it was through pickleball. It wasn't tennis.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my recollection. If you have a clear
it was.
recollection, then refresh me.
I don't know that I could recall the very first time, but it was with Cincinnati Tennis Foundation,
Right.
and you and Ollie Otter Adventures partnering up with Cincinnati Tennis
Right.
Foundation to do something
And
pickleball
mainly
related.
help was there,
Oh yeah.
volunteering from Children's.
Yep.
And it was at Sawyer.
Yep.
And they were handing out my books, and I was wanting to engage with the kids. I love doing that.
Yeah.
And you were there.
Yeah. We've been doing that
Right.
every year since.
We
so.
have. And I have to say that I really admired what you were doing. You were so patient with these kids. Some of them, could not pick up a paddle, but you loved on them.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and said, there's a very unique young man, what he's doing with those kids.
Yeah.
And it's genuine what you were doing.
You know what's funny is, well, you've sent me a text completely unrelated to pickleball. You've sent me a text to be patient, and it's definitely something I needed to hear because in a lot of ways, my friends would tell you that I am not a patient person, but in a lot of other ways, especially when it comes to kids in tennis, I'm a very patient person.
You are.
If you asked me 10 years ago if I would have liked to be in the cognitive adaptive, the cognitively declined, let's say, adaptive sports, I would have told you no. But CTF needed somebody. I was there, and they're like, "Hey, can you do this?" And I absolutely fell in love with helping out with that. So,
and you said yes.
Yeah, I did. I
you
said
didn't
yes.
have all the facts. You didn't have all the details or data.
I was even thinking I
yes.
wouldn't like it. So, I'm so glad that I said yes to that because it's been an awesome, amazing experience. So.
I did not know what adaptive sports was until I met Nikki and Matt, and then subsequently Danny Meyer with the Bridge Adaptive Sports. And that I think that very first event down there, when I really saw who they're reaching.
Yeah.
There was something at 5 Seasons. They have that annual thing that we go to. But I really didn't see the scope of the challenges that are there.
Yeah.
And that really serves as the guidepost for me, the real inspiration to keep writing and supporting that space. We can get into it later, but that led to my second book to celebrate and show my passion for the adaptive space, which is really, where I'm going right now.
Yeah.
With Ollie. Ollie Otter Adventures right now.
That's awesome. Yeah. That group is some of the most challenging to coordinate.
Yes.
Especially when you have volunteers that don't know anything about how to work with those kids and stuff like that. Obviously, May We Help, Be Well, they're great organizations that set staffing.
Yes.
But in those specific events, you can't have enough staff. There's so many different levels of cognitive levels. Sometimes people come and they'll just be a pair standing player, right? So it's just how to group them, what activities, what drills, what games, all that is. It's fun, but it is very complex, let's say. So
it is.
Okay. One of my favorite questions. If you could learn one skill overnight, what would it be?
I could learn one skill overnight. It would be probably how to quickly link a post on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And maybe you can help me with that.
Yeah, I probably can.
I've relied on outside resources to help me with that, and I'm realizing, I should be able to do that myself.
Yeah.
But I can't just sit down and do it.
Yeah. Right.
But that'd be one I want to be able to do.
I like that. It's is there Yeah, we can look at that after the podcast.
Right.
At some point in the future, I'd be happy to. I know how to do that. So
I know you do.
yeah. Um, okay. The theme question is, what keeps you rolling forward, Larry Blundred?
It's the challenges that are before me.
Mm.
Um, this is very good timing to chat with you today.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't part of the equation in our meeting today.
Yeah.
But I literally today met with a young lady who has helped me with all of my books as an editor.
Okay.
And I met with her today to give her maybe half of the draft that I've written on my next book. My goal is to have it published by this fall.
Nice.
So that is helping me roll forward. And it's linked to the theme of encouragement. I haven't come up with the title yet, but it's going to involve that word, that theme, with a close on love and legacy. You cannot really focus on a legacy unless you have love.
Yeah.
And legacy is connected to people. So that's right now before me.
Yeah.
As my next mission.
I like it. Okay. How has that answer changed from like your corporate leadership days and to now?
In corporate leadership and corporate sales and marketing, it was meeting monthly or quarterly sales goals.
Yeah. But did
And
that keep you rolling forward?
it did, because
Okay.
I am that type of personality
Yeah.
that was challenged. You know, I enjoy building business, growing business, accomplishing sales and marketing goals, helping a company grow, coming up with neat ideas.
Yeah.
When I was in the chair at Skyline Chili and JTM Food Group, you know, what unique ideas could we come up with? And so that was fun.
Yeah.
And I was driven that way.
Yeah.
If we didn't meet a goal for sales, that was a bad thing.
Right.
It wasn't like, you know, a depressing thing. It was,
Yeah.
okay, let's just, you know, reinvent ourselves for the next quarter, next year. What do we need to do differently? And press on as a team to get that done. So, you know, that was definitely a different mindset at the time. There's more stress and pressure associated with that. Right now I'm retired.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about, you know,
Yeah.
next month book sales. I mean,
Right.
I'm really not. I like selling books, obviously.
Right.
I didn't do it just for one to show up on this table,
Yeah.
because there's a real positive message
Right.
in these books. And when I, you know, hear from people that bought them, and a little child comes up to me, or I go into the kids club rooms at Crossroads West Side where I serve, and I see my books there, and I go to Molly, said, "Why are these books here, Molly?" Because I love those books and I want the kids to see them. And so that, you know, that brings me joy,
Yeah.
and a different kind of joy than, you know, we doubled sales last month.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset. It's a different part of my life right now. So I don't have any regrets for what I did back then, and was proud of many things I accomplished. Again, accomplished. But right now, in a different phase of my life, it's more the relationships, like with you. If I can encourage you, if I can give you guidance, make you, you know, think better of yourself when you're down, or give you a word that maybe, like patience,
Yeah.
maybe you needed to hear that, is to be more in tune with other people,
Yeah.
especially younger people, younger men, honestly,
Yeah.
to try to build you up and point you in a new, exciting direction, or to think in a way you haven't thought of before,
Yeah.
better than you're thinking now.
Yeah. I love that. In general, today or back in your corporate days, what's one skill or tool that you use that has been a game changer for you? Skill or tool?
Skill or tool? I would say it's a skill to bring people together. When I was at the corporate side, to focus on a goal.
Yeah, I agree.
I tended to be a team builder. That just wasn't something I was doing.
Yeah.
Knowing I was involved with a team of people. So, at Skyline, we were a company at that time that served chili
Mhm.
on spaghetti, conies. That's it.
Mhm.
And I came in from the outside with a marketing background, and I started presenting ideas about, hey, what about some salads?
Mhm.
What about some burritos?
Mhm.
And those are now on the menu now.
I love the burritos.
And, those are things because, I kind of nudged along, which was a mindset then. No, even at Lent,
Mhm.
should we not offer some alternates?
Mhm.
Eventually we did.
Yeah.
But that was not just me. It was bringing together, in that case, some of the other staff members and franchisees
Mhm.
to come on board because they were sharing those same thoughts.
Yeah.
But how do you get an organization that, these were not bad people
Mhm.
in any way? The Lamborghese family, I love those people.
Mhm.
They gave me a chance I never would have had because, they'd never had a marketing director before me. They
Yeah.
hired me.
Yeah.
So I have nothing but great memories of them and the company.
Mhm.
But sometimes family companies can be a little stubborn
Yeah,
about
of
change.
course, yeah.
So, if there's anything that was my trying to bring people together in a direction that I thought would be good for them.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. Another of my favorite questions, what's one of the most meaningful pieces of advice you've ever received?
Don't give up.
Mm,
And that came from Joe Newton.
'kay.
I ran track and cross country, not well,
Mhm.
in high school.
Mhm.
And because I was not a natural runner, um, I did it because I liked it,
Mhm.
but I was not gifted.
Mm.
And this was a program at York High School in Elmhurst, Illinois. Any
Mhm.
of you listening to this, if you want to right now Google the long green line, Joseph Newton, coach, York High School cross country,
Mhm.
you're going to find a man who put more state champions on the board than anybody else in the state
Wow.
of Illinois. And, I felt inferior
Mm.
to many of the other star track runners and cross country runners there.
Mhm.
I was always in the middle, and I
Mm.
couldn't just get past. Um, and I said, Mr. Newton, I'm not sure I belong here.
Mm.
He said, yes, you do.
Mm.
Don't give up. And I didn't.
Good.
I think that's kind of resonated with me um, at various times in my life where I really did want to give up, whether
Yeah.
it's on the personal side
Mhm.
or on the business side.
Mhm.
I kind of remember that little voice,
Mhm.
not to give up.
Yeah. I love that. Don't give up. I think that's something a lot of people need to hear. Like, keep going. You got this. It might be hard, but you can do it, you know?
Right?
Okay. Let's go down to um tell me about Ollie Otter. So the question that I have is, in the pickleball world, you're widely known for creating Ollie Otter Adventures, writing children's books. Can you describe what that is and how that idea first came to life?
I'm very thankful that my first grandson is named Oliver
Mhm.
because had it been a girl or had it been, you know, something other than Oliver,
Mhm.
Ollie wouldn't exist.
Mhm.
Because here's how the whole scenario unfolded with me writing my first children's book and the names and the critters and all that.
Mhm.
I had written the two serious books, Staying Resilient When Life Throws You More Than a Curveball, and then Rise Above, Thrive or Survivor, all linked and part of the story for Donna and me.
Mhm.
She helped me write the second book, edited the
Mhm.
first. And so we're at this book event in Northern Kentucky. And I had a timeout and I just walked around. There was a special children's section,
Mhm.
of which 99% of the authors were women.
Mhm.
And I just, for the first time ever, just looked at some of the books that they were writing. And I grabbed a couple, bought a few, went to the library when I got back, and I just started having this little thought of, could I write a children's book?
Mm.
And I was playing pickleball at the time because Bill Reese, the founder in Cincinnati, by the way, of pickleball,
Mm-hmm.
he brought it to Dunham Recreation Center, Price Hill.
Mm.
He founded it,
Mm.
and he first introduced me
Mm.
to pickleball. So I have a lot to, he's passed away, as you know, Bill. But so I was playing pickleball and enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow this message came across that there are critters that could play pickleball as well.
Mm.
Because children relate to, that's one of the themes that I saw in all the children's books.
Mm-hmm.
They love animals,
Mm-hmm.
they love critters, and dogs and cats, and you name it. And they love visual imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started trying to think about what these critters could be.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one that came up, it was a National Geographic thing
Mm-hmm.
on otters.
Okay.
And then a memory came back to me when we would travel to Traverse City, Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
once every other year on vacation,
Mm-hmm.
is that there are a huge amount of otters up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden I thought, okay, Oliver, that rhymes with Ollie,
Mm-hmm.
Ollie Otter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, well, I need more critters. Can't just be about him.
Yeah.
So my daughter's name's Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, well, what would be cute? Capuchin.
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 Mm-hmm.
My mother's name was Pauline, but her nickname was Paulie.
Yeah.
What is another cute critter that kids relate to at the zoo? Paulie the penguin.
Mm.
And what's another fun critter? It's not exactly something we hold and cuddle and kiss,
Mm-hmm.
but my youngest son is named Robbie, raccoon.
Mm.
So that's how they all evolved.
Okay.
And, the first book has them all learning to play pickleball, introduced because they were lonely or raised by their grandparents, or in Ollie's case, he was alone.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up one day, and guess what? His parents were gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't tell in the book, by the way, predators ate your parents.
Oh, that was implied. I didn't get that when I read it.
Right, because it's not in there.
Yeah.
But you understand.
Yeah.
Because, he's alone now.
Yeah.
And he's brought into and introduced to another otter family by Mr. and Mrs. Pickleball, which happen to be dogs.
Yes.
And so his life is saved by pickleball.
Yeah.
So in essence, and very few people really, some people get this when they read it, then they read my story. Pickleball helped save me at a very difficult time in my life.
Yeah.
And pickleball saved Ollie at the most difficult time of his life when he was alone, only brought in and introduced to another otter family by Mr. and Mrs. Pickleball.
Interesting.
So that's how the critters, it began with just a random trip through kids' book writers at an event, and then a thought that just wouldn't go away to the point of saying, I think I can do this. I don't know how. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's been kind of unique.
Yeah, that's awesome. So in a way, you are Ollie Otter.
In the book one, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, in the
yes,
book.
I am.
Okay.
It's kind of my story reflected through Ollie.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know that I drew those correlations, but that makes sense.
It's kind of hidden.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you answered why pickleball is the vehicle for kids' stories. You kind of didn't, actually. Why did you choose pickleball?
Because that's the sport that I was playing.
Yeah.
And that's the sport through the relationships that I was able to foster.
Right.
That
while your wife was going through
was very integral in giving me some rest, fun, energy, athleticism, you name it. Anytime you get out there, whether you're working out or running or playing some kind of a sport, and if you've got a bunch of stress, whatever that stress is. It could be work. It could be a family member, in a difficult situation. It's therapeutic. So, pickleball was therapy to me
Yeah.
at a time when, it was a good thing for me.
What's a moment or maybe a couple moments from kids or families that have stayed with you?
It would be with my grandmother. I'll tell two, each on my grandparents' side.
Okay.
One is an image that I'll never forget. My grandfather was a farmer, Central Illinois, and he just he loved God. He really did. And I can remember him in his rocking chair every single day reading the Bible. He must have read that book, more times than I've got age. You know what I mean? If you read it every day, and he would just start from Genesis and end up at Revelation.
Yeah.
And I didn't really ask him anything about it. I just knew he was reading the Bible. And the other was my grandmother on my dad's side. Couple things. First, with her, as a teenager, when she would visit, she was from Syracuse, New York, but they'd come and visit. And I was just a typical teenager, complaining, moody. And she cornered me once and she said, if you think you're having a bad day, try missing one.
Oh.
Because she was kind of old.
Yeah.
And going blind. And I never forgot that. In fact, in the second book I wrote, Rise Above, Are You a Thriver or Survivor? You don't have that one.
Oh, I don't.
But
do I have that in?
You don't. But if you want to find these other books that I've written, you can just go to books on Amazon written by Larry Blundred, and you're going to see Staying Resilient When Life Throws You More Than a Curveball, and then Rise Above.
Yeah.
In that book, I start out one of the chapters where I'm talking about what are the hallmarks of a thriver. And a thriver doesn't complain. A thriver sees something good even in a bad situation. And I start out with that comment, my quote from my grandmother, if you think you're having a bad day, try missing one. And then the second thing about her was that because she was blind, but she loved God's word too. And so with her, at bedtime, she'd say, come on in, Larry, get the Bible, and then open up this chapter and verse. I had no idea where, honestly, any of the books of the Bible were. I said, well, is that Old Testament or New Testament? And she'd make a snide comment. So I'd turn to it, and she'd say, read Lamentations 3:14. Where is Lamentations? You know what I mean? I'm being honest. But she knew the Bible.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that she knew that and still wanted to hear it impressed me. So, and she was such a sweet lady.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about like from going back to like Ollie Otter and the whole foundation? Do you have any stories from like kids or families from that aspect
Um,
that stick with you?
That's a good question in terms of what them telling me or giving me feedback on. I don't mean to brag here, but I've had so many positive, notes. I've got a whole file upstairs
That's awesome.
of emails I've gotten, little cards from I was when pickleball became recognized by the state legislature in Washington State as the official sport of the state of Washington. A guy on Bainbridge Island, which is where pickleball started.
Can you get?
Oh,
yeah, thanks.
Oh, okay. He sent me a note and said, "I'd like you to send some of your books to the legislator who sponsored the legislation in Washington State."
Okay.
So I did. And I sent a little note, and he sent me a really cute note and a picture of his children reading the book and said, I can't get them to stop
That's
wanting
awesome.
me to read these books to them every night at bedtime. So, I mean, it's just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it that happens.
Yeah.
And continues to happen.
Which book is the most popular?
It'd be the first. It's this
Okay.
one. I think it's because it's the foundational book.
Yeah.
It's a broader base
Yeah.
for any, child 2 years old, 8 years old.
Right.
So grandkids and kids of parents. And so parents and grandkids can read it. The second book, which deals with the adaptive space, where Ollie, recruits new players. Ollie and all the critters from the original book come back home to where they live after meeting in Cincinnati, and they all are introduced to a other critter that has some form of a challenge. I call it a special ability. So it's a great story, and it's the foundation for, the phase where I'm in right now with Ollie and adaptive sports, CTF, the bridge, and all that. Where I'm really fueling that.
Do you want me to lift the mic up a little bit? Would that help?
I think so.
Go ahead and lift it up. Lift it up higher.
Okay.
Now you can turn this and point it at you. Oh, did that not? Here. Go ahead and pull it pretty hard.
Okay.
Harder. Up.
Up.
Up more. Up more. There you go.
Okay.
All right. And then, grab. No, it's all right. Go ahead and grab the mic and point it at your face or your mouth.
All right.
So grab this and tilt it towards you.
That better?
Yeah, but you can grab, it rotates like that. So just grab the front and then just,
Like this?
Yeah, here, let me, there we go.
Sorry to your viewers here.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We're good.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, no. I do this with everybody.
Okay.
So
all right.
You're not alone.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
I appreciate your attention to detail.
Yeah. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you properly and all that. So, okay. So since I've known you, I've learned about your passion for adaptive sports. We've talked about, it's how we met. Tell me a little bit about that and how that all started.
Actually, it started before I met you.
Yeah.
It started because of a young man by the name of Matthias Crodel, who lives on the west side of Cincinnati.
Yep.
And I met him at Crossroads Church.
He's been on the podcast, by the way. You guys can go watch that episode.
He's a remarkable young man, much like you. Unfortunately, he's had severe injuries that's derailed his aspirations.
Yeah.
And likely would have fulfilled them at some college, playing tennis or basketball. College. He's still doing super well, in his career right now.
Yeah.
He's great at building things. So he's done awesome. He's rebounded from a lot of disappointment and emotional challenges because of that. But when I met him at Crossroads, I didn't know I'd then see him at an event at Five Seasons or down at Withrow High School.
Cool.
Where he was doing what you do with tennis players. And it was like, okay, this is supposed to be something. And that's why when that was the foundation when I met him and realized here's a young man who's thriving in life, but he was born with no legs.
Yeah.
But athletically, I couldn't stand up to him anymore. I can stand up to you the way you serve and hit the ball back, to be honest with you. And so I was trying to contemplate then the direction of book 2.
Yeah.
Which ended up being, Ollie and his new friends. And those new friends all had some form of a challenge in their life. That was the cue, if you will. That was the direction. That was the cause, if you will, the reason for book 2, which simultaneously took place when I met CTF, Matt, and Nikki, and Danny. It was all like this is all coming together.
Yeah.
This is kind of pointing me
Yeah.
in this direction.
Yeah.
And so, but it started with me meeting Matthias. And, if you will, God and everybody else connecting the dots, if you will. So that's continuing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to meet later this week with those guys.
Yeah. That's awesome.
On stuff like this. So
yeah. That's awesome. What new plans and passions do you have next year or this year, I guess, now and beyond?
it's I have two. One with an organization called John Gordon.
Okay.
Many of you out here have heard of John Gordon. If not, just Google him right now.
Okay.
I've sent you a lot of his podcasts.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. Okay.
That's the guy.
Got it. Okay.
He's written more books than there's stars in the universe, and they're great books. So I have followed him since my wife introduced me to him about 2.5 years ago.
Cool.
I'd never really honestly heard about him before.
Yeah.
And
no, you're fine. I was just adjusting my own.
Okay. So, make a long story short, I applied for and was accepted in his circle. Where he's about 50 plus men and women. Incredible backgrounds.
Great.
And they've really inspired me, some of the work they're doing. So I'm going to complete a certification process to be able to present 3 of his books on leadership and team building. So I'm going to probably work with 2 or 3 local organizations to make these presentations on enhancing team building and leadership.
Cool.
Based on his 3 books associated with that. So that's number one. The second is by the fall to publish this new book. It's in the formative stages. It's going to take some time, but it's going to be focusing on the theme of encouragement. Who are encouragers? Why is encouragement important? And I created an acronym that kind of brings it all together called SLIDE, SLIDE.
Yep.
How can you be an optimal encourager? And it's all linked to each one of these symbols in the acronym SLIDE. So Ollie is going to be coming down a slide. Nice. Visually.
Yeah, right.
And then I'll break down what each S, like S means slow down your mind. In order to really, you just can't run out the door.
Yeah.
If you're distracted and you're not together. So to have a good relationship, to be an encouraging person, you need to slow down and just take time to reflect and listen. That's the L to what you're seeing or hearing about that other person. And then be inquisitive. I probe, learn, be inquisitive. D, discern. Discern maybe what that person needs to hear or what you need to say or do, and then engage and encourage. Because if we just go through the first 4 letters and we don't actually do anything, we've only slid. We've only slid. We haven't brought home the purpose, maybe, of why that person or that situation was brought into your life.
Yeah.
So that's the second.
I like it. So when his name is John?
John Gordon. Jon.
So
John Gordon.
When are you doing those? And are you doing those just in Cincinnati, or are you doing those?
I will probably start in Cincinnati.
Okay.
I've got a couple organizations in mind that I'm going to, approach to. I've got to go through more of a additional process with John Gordon's enterprise to be trained to complete that certification, walk through how the presentations are made.
Yeah.
It's all based on 3 books: The Energy Bus, which is his first book, the power of a positive leader and the power of a positive team. And so I haven't nailed those down, but that's a goal.
Okay. Awesome.
Within the next few months to get that nailed down.
Awesome. Okay. Well, keep me posted. I'd love
okay.
love to come to one. If,
I will.
If they're around Cincinnati.
They will be.
Okay, so let's dive into mentorship and adaptive sports a little bit more.
Okay.
So you've been a huge advocate for adaptive sports and for people with disability. And by the way, I want to thank you because you and I talked and you're like, hey, I want to mentor you. And it's been amazing. You've definitely given me a lot of good advice and I've made some headways to where I want to be. So I just want to say thank you for that. Was there a moment that pulled you fully into that space, or was it kind of like a gradual, like you met Matthias and saw what
was
he
gradual.
was doing?
It was gradual. It
Yeah.
wasn't a single moment or event. It was just a series of things that just, I viewed them as signals, not, coincidences.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of that in life. If we just listen to things that are out there,
Yeah.
if we're seeking direction or we're getting this nudge that this is a new direction I should go in,
Yeah.
then maybe do something about it. So
Yeah.
it was a series of things that I mentioned before, not just one.
Yeah. 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 When you mentor someone, what tells you they're worth investing in?
A, they're a human being.
Yeah.
They have a soul. They have a heart.
Mm-hmm.
We all have needs.
Mm-hmm.
We're all broken in some fashion.
Mm-hmm.
We all have some, including me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Where we just need encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
And is there one thing about any individual? No. But if we get to know them, we take time. If we slide properly and slowly, God can open up a door with that relationship that you never thought was possible.
Yeah, so true. So you've pushed me more than I sometimes push myself.
I didn't know that. I didn't know I pushed you.
I don't
Never
think
heard that.
I don't think you've figuratively pushed me necessarily, but you've encouraged me.
Well, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. And so I think that encouragement is the push figuratively that I needed, in some aspects. Like the text of like, hey, be patient. And it's like, no, I'm at my wit's end. I want to burn the bridge and whatever else.
That was the D.
Yeah.
That was the D, discerning that you needed to hear something.
Yeah.
And so that's maybe why I did. It wasn't a random thing.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. Okay, I'm just sensing that Zach needs this word or this message.
Yeah.
And then acting on it.
Yeah.
Engaging on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the whole thing with the mentoring, you asked a question earlier about a moment. Maybe 5 years ago, I was involved with a group called MASH, not TV MASH, not Sour MASH, for alcohol or beer, but it might have been. But we had a little retreat for a MASH group from Crossroads.
Yeah.
We focused on prayer for folks, at man camp and all that. And one of the guys randomly said to me, and maybe it was prophetic, I don't know. He said, "You are going to mentor young men." It was kind of where'd that come from?
Why are you mentoring me then? No, I'm kidding.
You're too old, right?
Yeah, right.
No, but but that stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
That wasn't like, okay, now I'm going to go do it.
Yeah.
But he kind of sensed that maybe that would be a part of my DNA.
Yeah.
And I remembered that. And so it maybe gave me some confidence, if you will, that is something that I should try to do when opportunities arise. I shouldn't walk away from it. Don't do the slid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I should take it a next step
Mm,
if the opportunity arises.
yeah. Um, so I've not told you this, but I think for maybe the last month, I feel like personally I've been caught in what Steve. Do you know who Stephen Covey is?
Absolutely.
So I've been
The 7
caught.
Habits of
Yeah.
Effective People, and then he wrote one for kids too.
Yeah. So I feel like I've been caught in what he calls the whirlwind. And it's for
Yeah.
those that don't know what the whirlwind is, it's basically getting caught up in the day-to-day minutia of staying afloat, let's say, and not necessarily progressing towards your goals of
Mhm.
what you want to do,
Right.
right? And it's interesting. So my question is for anybody listening, for me, what advice would you give someone listening that's stuck in the same whirlwind?
2 things. First, begin with one of the most important
Mhm.
components on that list of 7.
Mhm.
Begin with the end in mind,
Mm.
which speaks to purpose.
Mhm.
What is your personal purpose?
Mhm.
That's your business. You may have a business purpose, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
What is your end game?
Mhm.
What is your passion?
Mm.
Passion and vision are different.
Mhm.
What's your vision? That relates more to, to the begin with the end in mind. It's more your vision.
Mhm.
Purpose can be a vehicle
Mhm.
to the vision.
Mhm.
So I would say that.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Mhm.
Identify what the words are. I've said that to you.
Mhm.
Remember?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've done it or not. I kind of think you have.
I
But it's what I hear you saying is you've been caught up with the minutia.
Yeah. Well, like with the podcast, with tennis, with
Right.
work,
You got a lot going
I
on.
mean, yeah.
You have a lot going on.
And so it's a lot, and it's like, oh, like, well, and the other thing for me is I think I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set this
Mm.
expectation for myself by this time, and this is when I'm gonna do that. And you know, they're like, I'm so grateful. 2025, I did so much, and I've met so many awesome people. And it's been, I mean, that 2025 was when you became one of my mentors. So it's there's been so much happening, and the impact that I've made is growing. But it's not quite where I've envisioned it to be at this point, let's say. And so I think that that's where it, it's it's hard not to get down on yourself. And like, again, you keep going is what you said earlier. Like, don't give up. And I think that's just so important. The other thing that I've learned along the way is consistency. Like, it's I'm still staying consistent with everything else in my life, which is great. That consistency. The podcast has been going 6 months, and that's incredible when I think about like how like looking at, I don't know what the percentages are, but like there's like a percentage where like when someone starts a podcast, they like 99% of people don't get past the first 3 episodes or something like
That's
that. And
right.
then like, you know, the amount of podcasters that start and have gotten past 6 months is like less
It's
than
so small.
0.01% or something like
It's the
that.
same
So,
number of people that I've you can do the same research and do the same stuff on people say, I'm going to write a book
yeah.
and don't.
Right, right. Oh, man.
I know many because
Yeah.
they come to me and say, I've been wanting to write a book. I said, well, write it.
Right, right.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, is there some magical thing I need to do? No, just write it.
Mhm. You
And one
gotta
of
have
my
the action.
favorite authors in the non-business is Nicholas Sparks.
Mhm.
Message in a Bottle, The Notebook, many movies.
Mm.
He has a very interesting story. He wrote his most recent book about he in a trip he took with his brother, Micah.
Mhm.
And he shares his story in this. And at a very difficult time in his life, when his mother died and other stuff was going on, his mother gave him great advice. When he came home from college, he went to Notre Dame, got a master's degree, had all this stuff, good stuff. but he was in a rut.
Mm.
And his mother said, write a book.
Mm.
And he did.
Cool.
Now, his first 2 books were just random novels. One was a mystery. It's all revealed in this book. But it got him into writing. And he's one of the most prolific, well-known million books that he's sold in 5 or 6 movies. He's a mega millionaire. But it started with his mother saying, write a book.
Yeah.
Now,
That's so
did
cool.
she say, I have a vision for you, Nicholas, that you're going to be this or that?
Right.
But he started with something. And so that's the key, is just don't just say it. Do something. And if you feel like you're bogged down in minutia, then step away and say, okay, where maybe should I focus all the things I'm doing? And try, you can't do them all. It's inhumanly impossible and mentally impossible. So step away and say, okay, what are the 2 or 3 things that might have the most impact related to my purpose and my vision? I mean, I've learned this the hard way.
Yeah.
Because I'm an achiever type of person. And I've learned this the hard way, Zach. I really have.
Sure.
Is to try, and my wife reminds me of this. Larry, you're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah, you're right. So I'm going to just try to nail it down and focus on a couple things here. So that'd be my comment.
So I just listened to Chris Williamson and Diary of a CEO. They had a conversation, and I think it was Chris Williamson who said something along the lines of like, imagine a plate. As you get more and more successful, your plate can grow, but generally you think of the plate as the same size. You're just putting something off of it and replacing it with something else. And I've been, and it was recently that I listened to it. So I've been thinking about that a lot recently. And like, you know, I have some friends that can help me do some editing of my shorts and stuff like that. So I've enlisted more help, let's say, to do that so that I can spend my time doing potentially other things. So, but it is interesting. It's like, they talk about like, yeah, you can get more efficient with the things that you're doing and all that, but like just try to think of your plate. And you know, I'm one of those people that wants to do everything, and sometimes my plate gets bloated. So
welcome to the club.
Yeah. And
exactly. A lot of the folks listening right now saying the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It is time for one of my favorite segments, the Wheelie Bad Jokes segment. And so here's how it works. The Wheelie Bad Jokes, you rate it. I'm going to tell you a Wheelie Bad joke.
Okay.
You rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
If you have a Wheelie Bad joke that you want to tell me back, feel free. If not, that's fine too.
Okay.
Most of my guests don't have a Wheelie Bad joke that they have as well. But I do try to cater it towards my guests and what they're about. So I did get this one, and I get a lot of my jokes from a guy named Logan Lyle. He's on Instagram.
I'm writing that down.
All he does is tell dad jokes, and they're on a doc. So he's often called Doc Talk on TikTok, I believe. So Logan Lyle, he's hysterical, and this is one of his. What do you call the greatest hockey player who doesn't decide to play pickleball?
Smart.
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, Wayne Gretzky. That is good.
Okay,
that
so
is good.
You won't hurt my feelings since this isn't my joke.
That's a 10.
What?
That's a 10.
Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah. First time in podcast history, I might have gotten a 10 out of 10.
No, that was hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yes. Okay. 10 out of 10. Yes. Okay. I'll take it. Okay. Well, do you have a joke that you want to say back, or should we move on?
I'll move on. I will tell you something funny though.
Please.
Mike Rowe.
Yeah. Love him.
The guy he's got a podcast. I like listening to his stuff. I love his deep voice and just his background of the dirty jobs history, how he got started.
Yeah.
He was interviewed recently, and someone asked him, what was the best advice he ever got? And he said, duck. duck.
Duck.
And he elaborated as he said, that's what my dad told me. I was out playing horseshoes with family members. And my dad screamed out, duck. So I knew the voice, so I ducked. And my grandfather ended up having the horseshoe hit him in the nose and face and knocked out his teeth and broke his nose.
His grandfather didn't duck then, huh?
Because the son ducked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a joke, but it's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. The best advice is duck.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's a funny story. I do like Mike Rowe. I don't listen to him often, but I have tuned into what he's about. And oh man, the fact that he talks about like passion versus following your passion versus just happiness, and
that's what he's done.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love that concept. Okay, so before Ollie Otter, but before the children's book, you were writing about resilience and thriving.
Yes.
What you might have said this, but briefly, what triggered that?
A number of things. And this was actually, a mini Nicholas Sparks' mother, if you will. But when Donna was diagnosed with the stage 4 glioblastoma, great support group at Crossroads.
Yeah.
And one of the folks, I don't even remember who, said you need to meet and talk with Kathy Beecham. She was at corporate Crossroads, Oakley. She was kind of the executive pastor. She coordinated the works and all that. She was a marvelous, incredible lady. Had a great history in banking and marketing, and left that and to join Crossroads. And I said, why? And it's because she lost her husband with a glioblastoma. And you might get comfort because she has written a book. And so she took me she mentored me emotionally in just a lot of different ways. And I shared my story with her. Her book that she wrote was more of a chronicles of the journey she went through with her husband during the diagnosis and all the stuff. And she said, Larry, you ought to write a book about this. And I dismissed it. I don't have time to do this. I'm not ready to do this. I'm not an author. But it came together. And I thought, with Donna's unique story of continuing to battle is what she did. The title, Staying Resilient When Life Throws You More Than a Curveball, came to mind. And I just started writing it. And it became therapy for me to write it. So that's the backdrop, is when Kathy Beecham, who's passed away since, she came down with cancer, died. It was her prompting. Larry, you need to write a book about this. Okay. I mean, it wasn't like that day I just started writing. No, 6 months, whatever. It was neat. Donna got involved in it. It was good for her. She helped edit the book, a final section that she wrote. So it kind of brought us together, gave her something, to be engaged in mentally.
Yeah.
And it was good therapy.
Yeah. And you did that while your wife was still alive.
Yes.
Interesting. That, yeah. I mean, I guess it gives you direction of something to work on while you're going through that. But
well, it ended up being I mean, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But again, it ended up helping up, the feedback I got.
Sure.
A lot of people who have different kind of curveballs in their life. Maybe lost a job, lost a parent. I got into a resilience group. We started a resilience group at our house with Crossroads. So people came in, one lady in the group, grandson committed suicide. I mean, you name it. It's out there. So it ended up being a good thing, trying to help people. It
Yeah.
ended up helping people. That wasn't, it just evolved that way.
So if someone were listening that's going through something similar right now, what what advice would you give them?
Engage with others.
Hmm.
You can't handle this yourself.
Hmm.
You may think that you can.
Yeah.
Um, get in a group,
Hmm.
get in a grief group,
Hmm.
get a support group.
Yeah.
Um, you're not going to win this battle
Yeah.
on an island.
Yeah.
That'd be the single advice I'd give.
Surround yourself with like-minded people, where people,
Right.
yeah, that's a pretty powerful piece of advice. It's not something that I even thought you would say in preparing that question. So, um, wow, okay. Uh, how did the experience change how you see people and purpose?
My wife continues her legacy will always be that she never she never gave up.
Hmm.
She lived close to 7 years
Mhm.
after the diagnosis that said you've got 6 to 9 months to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that says a lot about her.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
So she continues to be an inspiration
Mm-hmm.
um, in all that I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always gotten her back of my mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's awesome. What did grief teach you that success never could?
That's a great question. Success is temporary.
Hmm.
Grief, success can be fleeting and temporary. Grief may produce scars in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but they can be good scars.
Hmm.
You can grow even if there's grief.
Yeah.
You can grow and take a mustard seed and make it mustard
Mm-hmm.
if you have the proper perspective.
Yeah.
We don't grow through success.
Mm-hmm.
We grow
Through hardship.
through hardship.
Mm-hmm. I, wow. That's,
You know that.
yeah.
You know that a
Yeah.
lot personally.
Yeah. I mean, I think anybody can say, oh, yeah, I failed at that and I learned so much from it. Right. Like it's
We all
part of
have some
human
form
nature.
of a failure in our life.
Yeah. Of course.
Personally, I have many.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my mind will go back to those failures.
Mm.
But I've realized that it should not be mine or anybody's
Mm-hmm.
identity.
Mm-hmm.
Failure is an event, not a person.
Mm-hmm. Failure's an event, not a person. Ooh. Ooh. I like that a lot. Failure is an event, not a person. Wow. Yeah, you're not a failure. That moment, you failed. But again, like one of the things that I love talking about is failure. Because in my 20s, I I didn't want to make commitments because of fear of failure. And so I would just kind of go through life of like, yeah, we'll see. Maybe if I do that, maybe I won't. And I thought I've reshaped the word failure in my head to be a good thing, because if you're not failing, you're not trying. And I heard
Right.
that, and it's like, wow, like that's so true. Like you gotta fail in order to learn.
It's the best teacher in the world.
Yeah, so true. I like that. Um, so Anything else that you want to add about your wife in that moment and that whole experience?
No, I think I've covered it.
Okay.
God has blessed me. I didn't think it was possible.
Mhm.
Um, with an amazing new wife, Margo.
Mhm.
Um, and I never want anybody listening to this to think that uh, I'm not blessed and I don't dwell on what I lost,
Mhm.
but what I gained from having her as a wife,
Mhm.
what she taught me,
Mhm.
and what she continues to teach people.
Mhm.
If God wasn't done with me,
Mhm.
He's not done with me,
Mhm.
and He's blessed me in ways that I could never imagine.
Mhm. So I've got um well, so the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is leadership, marketing, and sales. But we're running out of time, so I'm going to skip that section. So maybe,
Margot will be happy with you there.
yeah, maybe stay tuned for a part two.
That's fine. I love talking about that stuff.
When we update, when we can get an update, and maybe 6 months from now, a
Sure.
year, on like what Ollie Otter has done, and
Right.
all your new adventures that you've been talking about, and all that.
There'll be a lot of new stuff.
So looking ahead, I know we kind of talked about the near future. Is there anything that we've not already discussed for what the future holds for you?
No,
Okay.
I'm sure something will come up I didn't see coming or didn't expect.
Yeah.
It always does, doesn't it, Zach?
Hmm.
Always
Yeah.
something comes up.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure does.
Um,
Okay.
no, I we'll
So
see.
so then one of the questions before we get on to a rapid fire is, how do you decide when it's time to start something new versus protect what already works?
Takes time.
Yeah.
Um, debate with yourself, talk to
Mhm.
yourself, ask yourself, get other people's feedback, input.
Mm.
If the new venture struggles, it doesn't
Mhm.
flow, doesn't come
Mhm.
together,
Mhm.
call time out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not supposed to go there.
Mm.
Um, that's what I've learned. Don't
Yeah.
push something that's okay. It's not supposed to be.
Mm.
Just pause. Go in a different direction. Stop.
Yeah.
Recalibrate.
Yeah.
Um, that'd be my answer to that.
You know, it's interesting. I've seen people confuse it being hard with it's not meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so far from the truth. Like, no matter what choice you have, or life endeavor, it it's probably going to be hard. And that's okay. You're you.
It's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
It's absolutely okay.
Okay. Rapid fire.
Yep.
This is a this or that, a question that should be like a word or a sentence. Just and we'll just go down the line.
Okay.
Um, Pickleball or tennis?
Pickleball.
Of course. Writing early morning or late at night?
Late at night.
Okay. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Yep, I am too. One leadership trait people overvalue.
Say that again. One leadership.
One leadership trait people overvalue.
Thinking that they have the answers.
Mm, yeah, I like that because it's a team.
Mhm.
You're not gonna have the answers.
Mhm.
You need to know. Yeah. One habit you refuse to give up. It's a weird one, but I kept it in.
Dessert.
I like it. Most underrated skill in pickleball.
Return of serve,
Mm,
which
I
is
like
one of the
that.
most important
Hmm.
aspects of pickleball.
So I asked Matt Dektis in tennis what the
Mhm.
most underrated tennis skill was, and he said the mind.
Ah,
And I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's probably every sport.
absolutely. That's a great answer.
Yeah, it was.
Wish I would have thought of that.
I know, but it was
Yeah,
funny because he didn't even
right.
he didn't even have to think about it. He knew. Mentoring kids or adults?
Kids. Well, kids, teens.
Sure.
I won't say kids are young.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about mentoring kids,
Yeah.
nurturing kids.
Sure.
But mentoring would be 20s, 30s
Yeah.
type of thing.
Okay.
They're trying to figure life out.
Mm-hmm. Writing books for adults or kids?
That's tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to say both.
Yeah.
I'm going to say both.
Yeah. All right. So this last one's really important.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Do you really like the sound the ball makes on the pickleball paddle?
I love it. I love that sound, especially when it pisses off the neighbors. There's a couple of areas in town where they close the courts down,
Yeah.
near Blue Ash in Montgomery,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
where the neighbors, you know, got pissed off
Yeah.
and they compromised. It was no more to 8 p.m. And then it was, okay, we're over. So then
Yeah.
Weller Park flourishes now because the other park was shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's funny because coming from tennis, that being my background,
right.
growing up with tennis, and
Right.
to me, there's nothing sweeter than just hitting a nice ball and that pop on the ball, and
It is a neat smell
and
sound.
and
Yeah.
then going to pickleball for me. I just generally I don't like the pickleball sound. But I do. Sorry, tennis fans.
Yeah.
I do like pickleball. Sorry to say, but
You don't have to apologize.
tennis people are gonna come at me with knives.
Hey, when they get to be old like me, they're going to be playing pickleball.
Yeah,
That's the deal.
right,
Or if they have some kind of an injury,
right.
they'll figure out.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you a few disability themed questions. Like more philosophical, if you will. What from your perspective, where do adaptive sports still fall short?
Awareness.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to try to fix that.
You know, the shocking amount of people that I've had on my podcast, Gabe, Jake, Mozzie, they didn't find wheelchair sports until well after. I mean, Gabe had a birth defect, but Jake and Mozzie were injured pretty young. And it took them until I think Jake started playing tennis at 19 or something like that. And Mozzie in high school, and he was injured when he was 7 or 8.
It's awareness. It's awareness.
Yeah, it's awareness, and it's so important getting connected, building those connections immediately, so that they can be around a community that knows how to call them out on their BS, if you will, and other things.
Right.
Okay, so here's a hot take that I have. I think able-bodied people should be able to play wheelchair sports. What are your thoughts?
I agree.
You do?
I think there's a lot to be gained by our doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
To get a perspective.
Mm-hmm.
How that happens, I don't know, but I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, the one caveat is someone said, if a disabled person is sitting on the bench on a basketball team, and it's just the court's filled with a whole bunch of able-bodied people, that becomes a problem, right?
Yeah.
And so it's okay, well, and I've talked about on other podcasts on how to solve for that, with the point system in basketball, and I love pickleball because it feels like between able-bodied and wheelchair, the playing field's pretty, it's leveled. Because it's a wiffle ball, and especially with doubles, it's we have those up down events and stuff like that, and it's I win points just as much as they do, right? Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up with some closing questions.
Sure.
What's one thing you hope guests get out of this episode of us talking together?
A sense of more purpose for their lives.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's, I think, the biggest theme of the podcast is purpose. Yeah.
If they can have more clarity on their purpose, that'd be great.
I love that. Where can people find you?
Well, on Instagram, Facebook, the books, all the Amazon, local bookstores.
Okay.
You can contact me at Larry at Ollie Otter Books. You can message me on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, to learn more about, the books.
Mm-hmm. Is it Ollie Otter Adventures? Is that
OllieOtterAdventures.com
okay?
is my website. Larry at Ollie Otter Books is my email.
Okay. What about your socials?
Instagram, Ollie Otter Adventures.
Okay.
And Ollie Otter Books on Facebook.
Got it. Cool. Again, that'll all be in the description for you guys. I'll have a link to all that for everybody to find Larry. Larry, I just want to say I appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate you taking me under your wing and helping me out and advising me on the next chapter of my life and all that. And
it's been an honor, and it will continue.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for this conversation, and I'm anxiously awaiting part 2 and in the future at some point. So
there'll be more to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. And again, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Before we end, is there anything else that you want to add? And give the floor back to you.
When in doubt, pray.
Hmm.
When in doubt, pray.
Got it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today on the Rolling Forward podcast. If you like what you heard, hit that like button, subscribe, or leave a comment. I want to hear what keeps you rolling forward. What, maybe even a question that you want me to ask the guests. I'm for it all. And if you want a t-shirt like this guy, the Rolling Forward podcast logo, you can get this at rollingforward.printful.me. And if you've got a story worth sharing, I'm always open to more guests. And if you doesn't have to be disability related, it can be anything. I'm for it all. Just reach out to me and we can talk about potentially having you on. Until next time, keep rolling forward. Thanks, everyone.